Welcome to EIP Editing Office Hour, Meeting 51. This is issue number 379, added on ETHCAT headers /EIP IP GitHub repository. We are joined by Sam Wilson. Thank you, Sam, for sharing screen, joining us here today. So let's proceed with the pull requests. Those have been added. Maybe we start with the final one.
Sure, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. So what are we doing here? Hasn't been reviewed yet. And we're just going into final. Easy enough. Double reverse. Looks good. Let's see if there's any discussion on here. No, I don't think so. Okay. So let's give this a read. The CIC proposes to by handling bubble up reverse Ethereum swap contracts. Okay. That's good. Contract, the contract reverts. Okay. Yeah, that looks great. It's an easy one to move to final.
Awesome. I think that was the only proposal for final, and we got 2 for last calls.
Let's take a look. All right, so 2 weeks from today is the 18th. So let's start with that. Okay, secure messaging protocol and between users. That's good. This represents the capability of secure exchange of encrypted messages on chain. Users can register the public using encryption algorithms for registration. Sending using their addresses. This interface also includes enumerations. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, then we have reference implementation. Good. Yeah, that seems fine. And then what we have on their discussion thread. Cool. Moving on. 7628. So what's going on in here? Hmm, all right, ownership shares. Queryable, transferable, and fractional ownership. All right. Introduce an ownership of ownership and profit share coin to each token under NFT. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'm 1. Okay, just make a representative stability with the total supply of 1 and 7628. This must already exist. Let's go find out. I guess not. All right. Okay. First participant. Token ID. There's another one that I wanted to say here too. Yeah. So wait, why does there's the total shares? Okay. Rationale. Did they actually go over any of that? Probably not. No. Okay. Cool. So we shall not be approving that one, and we
So
shall be moving on.
are we extending the date further
Yeah,
or just
I'll edit again when they
okay,
address those comments. I just don't want it to go
okay,
into last call yet because it's going to get changed,
okay, no
or at
worries.
least it should get changed.
Very well. So the next one is actually added to be moved to review, but I feel like it should be in draft in the first place.
This one's already been merged before, I think. 7750. Yeah,
Oh, it is there. Okay.
it's just yeah, draft for review. Yeah, this is correct. All right, so purposes of the management of companies, comprehend. Propose to sell down token representing okay. Usability and trust. Okay. Provided. Okay. Yeah, this still feels messy, but I'm not one to fix this. I don't know enough about like employment standards, so um,
Yeah, we are now getting diversified standards here.
yeah, it's also just I don't feel like there's enough substance behind this proposal. Like, no offense to the author or anything, but it doesn't feel like this person is going to be developing a product based on the standard. It just doesn't seem fleshed out enough. So I think this is just a standard that's destined to never be used.
Yeah, live there for longer.
Yeah.
Okay, I was learning about the process that is being proposed for roll-up improvement or the RIPs that we are getting.
Hmm.
I was talking to one of the author and he mentioned that in order to move an RIP, they are looking for at least two implementations of that. So I'm wondering, like I know we had discussed this in the past that we should not enforce implementation, but do you think at least one implementation would make sense before we finalize that?
Um, I mean, I I'm not in favor of that because like I don't want to have to go and hunt down implementations and judge their quality and all of that crap, right?
Mhm.
But you know, it would be useful in this case to be able to say no, I don't want to like I don't want to move this one forward because I know it's never going to go anywhere.
Okay.
But I don't have a like a rule to say that I can't move it forward. So like this can go into review. It's just
Yeah. All right, we can encourage the author to maybe look for someone who is open to implement. It would be nice to have, but definitely not a mandatory
yeah.
rule. That makes
All right. 793.
I have one more question for you, Sam.
Yeah.
I have noticed that some of the proposals have multiple authors, and not all authors have GitHub ID added to it. Some has just the email address. I'm wondering, is there any set rule, or maybe we would want to have a regulation around adding the GitHub because the author is being added to GitHub repository and we are not collecting his GitHub handle itself.
Yeah. So the rule is as long as there's one GitHub handle to be able to approve pull requests, that's good enough. If they don't have a GitHub handle, they're just in the author's field for like credit as like an author. So as long as there's one, that's fine.
Right. Yeah, I noticed that in some of the ERC categories proposal, they have like one author whose GitHub handle is there and rest all is coming up with a project email ID, like the project that is actually implementing the that ERC.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I asked this specifically because on Cat Herder's side, we are developing an app where we are trying to like reward all the authors who have contributed to an upgrade. So for Pectra upgrade, I understand this is mostly for the core proposals. For an Pectra upgrade, while we are looking into the database, we would want to have all GitHub handle because the verification would be based on the GitHub. So just wondering, do you see the potential scope of having GitHub as a mandatory field? We can definitely discuss more on EIP meeting, but curious to hear your thoughts.
I mean, the only reason that we have GitHub at all is for permissions. If we didn't have to, like, if we could use just email, I would just use email. Just because it's like I don't want to depend too heavily on GitHub for anything. So I wouldn't want to get mandatory.
Right. Yeah, I was wondering more because these proposals are being added on GitHub repository, so there's no harm in adding their GitHub handle as well. But I understand. Yeah,
Right. There's no harm in adding it. It's just I don't want to make it mandatory.
makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. So this one again here. Let's go and see. For a non-fungible multiple owners, the changes transfer fees. Single ownership model, shared ownership, blah, blah. Okay, so you're removing that. That's good. Mint token. Okay. Okay. Interface definitions. Sure. Yeah, so I mean, we did literally just review another one of these earlier. Is that this one or this one? Neither. So let's be this one. Yeah, cool. So we'll take this, go over here, here. And then we'll do the opposite here. This one, this one. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with this one. Just again, I'm not sure if there's any kind of a product behind this. Well, product project, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Mhm. So I think the
Okay,
next one is you have already reviewed it and there are some to do, so we can jump on to PR 798.
sure. Um, so this is a
Some small
okay.
changes there. Yeah.
Yeah. Instructor to ENS. 7.
So I'm noticing that the changes mentioned here is changing from EIP to ERC. But if I understand correctly, that's not a, I mean, that's good to have, but that's not a requirement because we do have access to both, right?
Well, these links won't work once
Oh,
it's merged. I don't think. Let me check.
okay.
What's
137.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of a recent one that I mean I can just go in here
Mhm.
and take a look. Here we're in the what 7,000, sure, 7734. You probably linked to something, right? No, you don't. All right. Yeah, there's one. So if we go to code, yeah, they have to stay EIP. If you
Yeah.
change them to yeah.
So they don't have to change it to ERC.
Yeah, they can't change the ERC.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, Sam. I don't know if there is a way to check it. I think you mentioned that both of them would work in one of the conversation with EAPS Insight team. So that's my high level understanding. I'm not sure of that. Is there a way to check it?
Yeah, I'm looking right now in a sec.
Okay.
So we want /ERC dash. Yeah, so they are all EIP dash. There are no ERC dashes. So I'm assuming that ERC dash doesn't work.
But now that proposal is not in the GitHub repository of EIP.
No, the files all get renamed in the build process.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Got it. So there is no need to do it. Just keep it in EIP only.
Yeah, I think it actually breaks if you change them.
Okay. Yeah. Then we should not approve this one. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that was it, right? Oh no, we got a bunch of drafts. All right.
Yeah, a bunch of drafts.
Hey, it's James again. Let's see. All right, let's go and take a look at this.
So these are from the last week. I don't know. There may be some cases where you have already reviewed, so we would skip whenever it is there.
Yeah, I don't think I've looked at this one yet, or
Okay.
it's been changed since I did. So,
Okay.
charges forces a cap supply, new type of fungible token, diffusive token, just increase the sender's balance. Yeah, I mean, this is decent. Copyright's right. Yep. Yeah, I'm okay with this. All right. Execute call in reference implementation. Um, this is updating a draft. Needs an approval by author. Verification independent cross-chain mechanisms. Okay. API for sending messages. Okay. That's what we need here. Okay. This here she specifies an API for sending messages across chain to enable interrupt by the greater Ethereum ecosystem. Specifically escape message transport. Okay. Roles are being created as planned by the rollup central mode. Roadmap allows for a lot of innovation, create different space. Yep. And okay, interact with the mailbox. This seems very familiar to all of the other cross-chain messaging ones. Send a message, all contracts must call the dispatch function to receive messages. Process function, which we call it, yeah. And there's mailbox. Okay. Or we're at. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty good. One six seven three. And 7786. 75. Okay. 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 That was verification. Okay. Fungible token gas rebates. And new C20 compatible token standard designed for cross-chain. Okay, fungible token gas rebates. Built-in gas rebates, transfer. Cool. Since present, just new fungible token standard, security, exchange traditional ERC20 functionality with built-in gas rebates, signature verification, optimized transfer mechanisms, sustainability. Okay. Um, efficient gas optimization mechanisms. This proposal addresses these limitations by incorporating gas rebate system, gas approvals. Okay. Let's go over here. We go to EAPS. And we go here and we search permit. Okay. Search for approvals. Six oh four. 494. 26. Just to get some core variables. Um, okay, return token name, token symbol, token key. So, sure, teacher, okay, neat. Do you actually define any of that? No. Okay. Okay. All right, I think that's the last one I'm going to do today. I'm going to get
Thank
ready
you.
for my next call. Yeah, thanks for hosting, Pooja. I'll see you in 2 weeks, I guess.
Thank you, Sam. Yes, will do. Take care.